It seems odd that Judaism makes such a big deal about remembering the Exodus from Egypt, which our Parsha recounts. Jewish men have to read Shema twice daily, including its final paragraph, which talks about the Exodus. The Exodus is mentioned at Kiddush on every Shabbat and every Chag. And Pesach is a whole festival devoted to remembering why we left Egypt, when we left, what we did, what we ate as we were going, where we went after we left, and what happened next. There is no such remembrance of going into the land of Israel, but we are so keen to remember the Exodus. What is the point of all this? One way to illustrate the importance of remembering the Exodus is by using computer technology as a parable. The computers that we typically use are based on binary technology. A stream of electrical or optical pulses generate either zeros or ones, and computers derive information and execute processes based on this stream of data. In 2019, Google announced that they had achieved quantum supremacy, which means that they had used quantum physics to create an entirely different kind of computer, which can vastly outperform the traditional type. I should warn you in advance that no one fully understands this, but it does work nevertheless. The quantum trick is that subatomic particles can exist in superposition, which means that they can be in different states at the same time. Computer designers harness this ability by creating environments where subatomic particles can exist in superposition, representing lots of different combinations of zeros and ones all at once, only collapsing into one state, the answer to a calculation, when they are measured. Thus, the quantum computer can work through several calculations simultaneously and save a lot of time. Just last month, a group at the Chinese University of Science and Technology announced that they had created a quantum computer that could perform in 20 seconds a set of calculations that would take a normal computer 600 million years. What was effectively impossible has now become something that can be done in less time than it takes to boil an egg. Quantum computing is being used in the manufacturing and pharmaceutical industries, and it looks like its only limits will be our own imagination. The Jews in Egypt had been programmed by the Egyptians to think in a binary way, since this was how the Egyptians themselves thought. Either you're strong or you're weak. Either God loves you or he doesn't. And that's it. The Exodus both relied on and expressed a kind of spiritual superpositioning. You may be weak, but God made you strong, and you can be strong again. You may be bad, but God made you good, and you can be good again. Our rabbis tell us that we Jews in Egypt worshipped idols like the Egyptians did. But when we put the blood of the Pesach lamb on our doorposts, we announced that we could superposition our own souls, being sunken in sin, but also being ready to be redeemed because of the goodness that we would attain in the future. The reality of that alternate state was so strong that God indeed passed over our doorways, spared us during the plague of the killing of the firstborn, and set us free. Every morning, when things are bright and clear, we read Shema, remember the Exodus and how strong and free we are. Every evening, when things are dark and we are tired, we read the Shema and remember that our fatigue and our confusion are just some of many states, and that a stronger version of ourselves waits in the wings. Every Shabbat and every Chag, When we say Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim, in remembrance of the exodus from Egypt, in Kiddush, we remember that however grim and restricted our current state is, we have a spiritual other self which soars heavenward and brings holiness and hope down into our world. Especially now, when so many people's mental health is under strain like never before, the story of the Exodus is a wonderful ray of hope. The lesson of our parasha is a gift to share with the world, the gift of Jewish superposition vision, the hope born of remembering that however things are, they ain't necessarily so. It's a complex and challenging way to see ourselves and our world, because we can neither be complacent with success nor resigned to failure. But we are up for the challenge, and our awareness of it is the first step to meeting it and making this vision of hope a reality in our world.